Alright, you guys, this video I have been wanting to bring because my entire YouTube career so far has been based off of what I'm about to say in this video. So we know that, Austin, if you have not already, like this video, subscribe, and let's continue. So, we have already talked about that I went to Brazil twice this year. It's July 27th, I went to Brazil twice this year. So far. Might be going a third time. What happens when a man returns from Brazil? So I'm not talking about a man that went to Brazil to go climb the mountains or eat food. I'm talking about a man that went to Brazil to socialize, to meet women, to expand his options. What happens? Well, I'll tell you what happens. When he comes back, first of all, everything happens. But when he comes back, he's no longer attracted to American women. Yes. My peers, and the dudes in my Facebook group that have been to Brazil can all agree. When you come back here, you might smash something. You might get an erection. But these women don't look the same. They don't look the same. I was showing my homeboy, because on my Explore page last night, a chick popped up. And it was a black chick, good looking black chick. She's in Chicago. And it said on the photo, she looked good. I mean, hey, 9 months ago, I probably would have been, oh shit, let me try to pick her. But hey, she would have been a 10 to me 9 months ago. And to y'all, she'd probably be a 10, but that's because y'all ain't been nowhere. But after coming back from Rio, you looking at her like, I give her a 7.5. She alright. And it's not that her body's bad. I mean, it is because she has a ghetto ass. But when you see these American women, you don't just see them anymore. You see through them. You're looking at like, okay, because now you're associating the experience of Brazil and America. So we already knew in America it was bad enough for you to come back over here to Brazil. When you come over here to Brazil, this lingers forever. So now you can't see the world differently anymore. So when you come back and you look at the American chick, she like, I bet you she can't cook. I bet you she not nice. I bet you she's a bitch. I bet you just start seeing, like you start comparing it. Nah, I seen what was possible. I seen what the women in my home country lack. So you're not attracted to them anymore. Like, I just can't. Like, I just can't. Like I always say, if I wanted to sleep with an American woman, I'd have to take Viagra or the Rhino gas station pills and shit like that, ether pills and shit. What's another thing? You develop zero tolerance. So zero tolerance means that your family members, people at the grocery store, you're just kind of like, oh, I always had a one-time policy. But after coming back from Brazil, it was like, bitch, you better not breathe too hard. And if anybody says, hey, since I've gotten back from Brazil, I have been cutting people off. Like, every time I come back from Brazil, I've been twice, every time I lost three people. No, get out of here, you're too small-minded. I don't even call people like I used to anymore. If they're not on the same page, I won't call them because it's like, I have zero tolerance for the bullshit, especially if you don't understand where I'm coming from. So you develop zero tolerance. Like I don't give a fuck right now, like about nothing. The mind state I'm in right now, I don't owe nobody shit, and I'm not gonna give nobody shit if it doesn't benefit me, or if they're not gonna be kind and caring. Because in the United States, a lot of people will use you. And when you go to a land like Brazil, where we just chilling, living day by day, we cool. Bitch, I ain't got time for your attitude. Oh, you want some of my money? I ain't got time for that shit either. That's the attitude you get. That's what you get. Zero tolerance. And you don't give a fuck about nothing. Your confidence will go through the roof. Why does your confidence go through the roof? Your confidence goes through the roof because maybe in your home country, United States, You wanted the baddest chicks, but then you got the $5,000 guy that's bribing the chicks with a $5,000 allowance or a Gucci bag, or they don't. The men, a lot of men are invisible. The dudes in the middle, me, middle class. Let's say 80 grand to, like I said, 80 to 300 grand. Those dudes in between that are almost invisible. Because usually those dudes have standards and they care about themselves. And when women run into that, they're intimidated or they just choose not to deal with it because they enjoy drama. They like drama. They're drama queens. So when you go to Brazil and you get the taste of beautiful women that will just treat you nicely and will talk to you, and you can actually just have a cool conversation with them and just talk, your confidence is gonna go up. Because now what you're thinking is, I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew it wasn't me. Because if you've been following me, you heard me say before, I went to Brazil because I was having a lot of issues that just didn't seem right. Like, I was like, there's no way in hell. I know I look good. I know I make good money. I'm not rich, but I know I make good money. I should be having some better results for what I'm doing. Let me make sure it's not me. Went to a whole nother country, it's not me. Went to a whole nother city, hey, I still had similar results. Went to another state, similar results. Went to another country, day and night. Brazil's a day and night. So when I come back here, I'm looking at women like, bitch, who the fuck you think you talking to? Like, I just got back from Rio and I had women twice as nice as you, and here go your ass, you like a 7 and you got the nerve to have a fucking attitude. Bye. You're disposable. That's how you look at women when you get back from Brazil. You look at these women here like they're disposable, like, I don't need you, because you don't. What are they benefiting you? An attitude? Anybody want an attitude? Anybody? I don't think so. So you also get more of this, I gotta get back mentality. You go to Rio, and I'm not talking about you stay, there is no real resort. There's no real resort that I've seen in Rio. Everything's pretty much just open like you're in a regular city. But let's say you go and you actually socialize. You don't just stay in the areas that everybody's at. You go with the locals. You hang out with locals. You meet people, not prostitutes. You meet people. That experience, that culture shock is gonna give you that mentality of, I gotta get back. Sorry, they're doing construction over there. I don't know if y'all can hear that. But I gotta get back. I have to get back. When I got back from Brazil the first time, I didn't talk to nobody like that. I didn't buy, in 3 months, I didn't buy more than 5 drinks. I wasn't going nowhere. Work, home, work, home, work, home. There was no going out to eat. There wasn't none of that shit. I don't think I went out to eat until like a week before I went to Brazil. So that was the mentality of, I'm finna burn myself out until it's time to go. The United States ain't working no more. And I still feel that way, and I'll forever feel that way. Because it's not gonna get better, it's gonna get worse. I feel sorry for my brother. They're having to grow up in this new, I don't know what it's gonna be like for them. But yeah, you don't go to Brazil once. So if you met somebody and they said, oh yeah, this is how you know somebody's lying about, because I'll try to tell people about how I went to Rio, and they're like, oh, you know, they're trying to downplay, like, oh, it's not that good, it's just a different culture. You know, these people are desperate, miserable, disingenuous, horrible people. They'll be like, well, I went there once. You went there, but you didn't go to Brazil. If you go socialize in Brazil, you're not gonna go one time. I bet money on it. Not if you can afford to go more than once. You're not gonna go one time. Don't give a fuck. You will also become super ambitious. So like I said, you have to get back. In order for you to get back, you need what? Money. So you're gonna figure out what to do. That's how I started doing these YouTube videos. I'm like, okay, I like Brazil. What can I do that can help other people? Because I need to spread this message. But that'll also fund me where I can continue to show people in first time view. Well, if I do YouTube and it gets big enough, hey, I can get paid so I can stay in Brazil and I can enjoy it and show other people what they can enjoy. That's more ambitious. That's a whole new purpose. This is my new purpose. Cutting hair was my original purpose, but hey, not that it's not working, but it's not growing like I want to. But this, hey, I've been trying to get people to follow me cutting hair for a while. I think I've been at 4,000 followers for about 2 years. I gained 9,000 followers on TikTok since June 16th. June 16th to July 27th, 9,000 followers. You're not gonna tell me that this isn't my new purpose. My subscribers have went from 200 to almost 500 in one day. Yeah, no. So that's what I would say happens to a man when he returns from Brazil. I guarantee everybody I've talked to that's went to Rio or Sao Paulo, Salvador, they all say the same thing. That when they come back, they just got tunnel vision to get back. They're dry. Men want to be dry when they get back from Rio. It might be like that in other countries too, but hey, I've only been to Rio. I'm going to Colombia here in a couple weeks. But I'm just saying. So if you found this helpful, if this inspired you or informed you more on what it's like to go outside the country to date, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and join the Facebook group. It's right up here. I'll see you in the next video.